I think the thing is that we're in this world where look, you can go on Amazon right now and you could get something delivered tonight, right? We have this like instant gratification environment that is so in our faces all the time, even with, anything like, oh, you can buy this, it'll be there today. You can do this tomorrow. You can go to the airport and hop on an airplane tonight if you want to. You can do all these things where you instant gratification, but something like physical fitness, like, I mean, sure, I would love it if you could build muscle overnight that was visible to somebody else, but you can't.
Or you could pay for it too.
Yeah, right? It would be wonderful. Like, I would love that. And I would love it if I could start a podcast today and by next week it had gone viral and I had all of these followers and all of these listeners. But, it's like anything in life. You have to put in the work in order to see the results. And if you work hard enough and don't give up, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah. There's two pieces to your podcast that I think the listener will grow from. And so I want to transfer our time over to these.
Sure.
First and foremost, you started your podcast more than a year ago, right?
Correct. I started my podcast in September of 2022.
And you went active, you went weekly for how many weeks?
It was probably about like 15 to 17, and it was audio only when I started.
Okay. And then what happened?
So can I give you a little bit of background on why I even started it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, that was so great because you were so like deadpan, like, no, we're staying on this track, but thanks for asking. So it was actually an idea that I had probably starting in like 2017 or 2018. And the reason that I called it round two is because I had been going through a divorce at the time. And I started thinking a lot about marriage and how I would say, probably safe to say like 99% of us, if you get married, you're getting married with positive intentions, right? You're not thinking like, oh, I'll do this for 5 years and then I'll get divorced and go do something else. Most of us have good intentions. And so what I learned from going through that process is even though I was the one that initiated it, it was still very sad. And it was one of those things where I still had to look in the mirror and go, okay, like now my life is on a completely different track than it was. And so I thought round two popped in my head. And so then I started thinking about all these other people that I knew in my life who had like major life shifts, major pivots, some intentional, some unintentional, and that they were marching along a road. And then all of a sudden now they're on this road. And I thought that would be so cool to tell those stories because you think about, even since then, podcasting has blown up so much, right? There's like almost 4 million podcasts in the world now. And a lot of time interview types were very focused on like the, success story or like, I came from nothing and then I worked hard and I got here or I had this tragic thing happen when I was a kid and now I'm this uber successful person. And it's like great when you're hearing it from a celebrity perspective, but it's also like, that's not everyday people. And so I was just thinking, and I just started jotting down all of these people that I knew in my life who had had these major life changes. So that was what the first season's stories were all about, were those folks that had these round two moments. So then, like I mentioned, I stopped being consistent at the beginning of 2023. I did a few episodes in the summer of 2023. Then I had some other personal life changes myself, other round twos, if you will. And I just kind of rode out the rest of 2023 with different focus areas. So then when this year came back, I had gone into business for myself and I really love podcasting. I love talking with people. I just have so much fun doing it. I love telling stories. And interestingly, the people that I had lined up that are friends of mine to be on the podcast were all entrepreneurs. So then at the same time as I was starting to get ready to record those episodes, I got my first consulting client and they were going through a accelerator program called Techstars, which if you know anything about the startup world, Techstars is a world-renowned startup accelerator in the pre-seed, part of startups. And the fact that I got the opportunity to go through that is just incredible to me. It's like 3% of the businesses that apply to a Techstars program actually get accepted. So the fact that I just got to go through one was so cool because I learned so much about what is it that I want to do. And then my network has grown exponentially. And so it's kind of evolved into this entrepreneurship podcast that a lot of the moments are around two moments, but they're like business moments. So they're people who are like, I'm tired of corporate. I have this idea. I'm going to go do it. And what's cool at this point is I have had people from all types of businesses, small businesses, local businesses, businesses that have been, bought for multi-million dollars, people that are just starting out, all industries and literally from all over the world. So that's where we're at right now. It's evolving and growing, and it's truly so much fun.